There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 or. Right here. Who's off Horford?
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch his slap. Watch his pilot. 64. Get it.
On second down, Montgomery. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And this is caught by Allen for a Denver touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Taylor will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Barkevius Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Minshew throwing on third down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
On second down now, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. Here we go on fourth down with Taylor. The completion to Riddle. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They go play action now. Taylor and Thomas has it. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Third and long. It's Taylor. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Taylor. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, Alpha! Watch the ship! Watch the ship! General West!
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
What we got? What we got?
On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now on 2nd down, this is Ward. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Steps away to his left. Taylor hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You just try not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
You got rock me. You got
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Ready.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that player is able to get on the run, and was still accurate throwing the football.
Shoves him off at the 20. 25 yards the pick up there, and also a first down.
Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay? So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. But on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys?
Not necessarily.
You find the best guys, plug them in on your O-line.
Right. As a general rule now, you're a lot more balanced on your offensive line. They might still lean towards your best pass blocker on the left side, but not necessarily all the time.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 10-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
56.
Here's Taylor. Touchdown, Packers! From 10 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Down. 60 yards. 52, come on. Get ready. Get ready.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there, partner. I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They run again on first down, Peterson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Patch it. Coaching spell.
First carry for the fullback, James Devlin. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Rosa's kick is good. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Drop the screen. Hey, dude. Drop the screen. Let's get that.
Play action. Now Taylor. Rolling to his right. He finds Riddick. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Montgomery, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're going on fourth down. It's Taylor, and they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. Ochena Nwosu, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go one more. Check, get it.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Past the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it with Kamara. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Taylor.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
I'm coming. Orbit.
Taylor will throw again. Being chased out left. He'll run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. From the 16, Taylor forced out to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. A first throw for the backup Ryan. He finds Taylor, complete. Three quarters have come and gone. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Come on, fellas.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And it's third down.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler, is a rookie last year, in on the stop there. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard. No return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. On first down, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Ryan. Caught by Montgomery. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He gets it to Thomas. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake here on first down. The completion to Riddle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Escape. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
They run it again with Kamara. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
70, Indy.
A give to Kamara running right. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. But he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's make these babies cry. Hey, Haywood.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Thomas has got it. Complete. 43 yards that time.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Now a desperation throw deep, and that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yards.
But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Back to throw. They've got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Check three. Watch out. Protein spill.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Packers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.